True, the kids don't remember. Every step she takes is a victory and a move to a future she was afraid did not exist anymore. Within the span of 4 days, Nikki Lewis went from walking down the aisle to being on a stretcher, wondering if she'd ever move her legs and arms again. She became paralyzed in a boogie boarding accident during her honeymoon in Hawaii. A wave slammed her headfirst into the sand, breaking her neck, partially paralyzing her. After 3 months of grueling therapy and an unflinching fight and strength, Nikki walked out of the rehab center in Dallas this weekend, and an even more meaningful walk than she took down the aisle. Her husband was there to greet her once again.
Yeah. Well, he's out.
On to outpatient, huh?
Keep going, baby.
Wow, she looks great, still smiling. Nikki still uses a wheelchair often, but was determined to take those first steps towards her husband. She'll come back to the hospital to rehab several times a week for quite a while. Nikki's determined there will be more walking, less of her wheelchair.